Hey guys, welcome back to my channel if you guys are new here. Hi, my name is Sydney. Today I'm super excited to film this video because I finally got my Terra Moons Pastel Chameleon shadows in the mail. They just arrived late yesterday, so I couldn't film with them today, but I couldn't wait any longer to film with them. These shadows are Terra Moons' latest release. If you guys have been keeping up with my channel, you would have seen that I did a Terra Moons Pastel Matte Bundle review and first impression several weeks ago, so I can link those down below if you are interested in those, but these are different. These are the Pastel Chameleon shadows. Now, it's to my understanding, I haven't really chatted with the brand about this, but they use the word chameleon in place of multi-chrome, and I'll talk about this a little bit more when we get to the swatches of these shadows, but they did release some shadows called iridescent chameleons. I don't really know when they released. They've been out for at least a year, I think, and I feel like those shadows really put Terra Moons on the map. They're beautiful, iridescent, kind of perfect inner corner shades. If you guys watch Amy Loves Makeup channel, you know that they're just incredibly beautiful, and since then, they have released the Cosmic Chameleons, which were a little bit more intense, metallic, deeper shades. I didn't really notice that those had a super shifty effect, so then they released these Pastel Chameleons, and even though the swatches they were putting out were incredibly beautiful, I wasn't really sure what to expect. So in this video, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a demo on the eye look that I have on right now. I used 3 different shades in this look, as well as doing some quick comparison swatches between these shadows and the Iridescent Chameleons and my first impression. So I'm not going to blabber on any further. Let's hop into it. So it really sold me on these shadows when they were kind of being teased on Terra Moons' Instagram page were the beautiful swatches that they put up. I will insert some of the swatches right here as I'm talking. And I've seen these swatches before. I have some other shadows from Terra Moons, and I feel like I got them in the mail and they were exactly as I anticipated. They had all the shifts I was looking for. But as I said when I ordered the Cosmic Chameleons, they were not quite as shifty as they looked in the swatch pictures. So I'm going to do some direct sunlight swatches with these, you guys. I'm not going to do live swatches of them, but I'm just going to hold my fingers in the light and take a quick video with my phone to insert right here so you guys can kind of see them side by side with the finger swatches that are on their page. I did do some direct sunlight swatches yesterday when I got these immediately, and I felt like they were pretty similar to the shades that I was seeing on the Instagram page. I don't think that they overly enhanced the photos to bring out any shifts. I just am not sure if the chameleon name, and of course I'm not the brand owner, so this really isn't my call to make, but I just feel like attaching the chameleon shade to these shadows when it's attached to such beautiful shifty shadows like the iridescent chameleons is just a tad bit misleading, just because we've come to know and love the beautiful multi-chromatic shifts that are in those shadows versus with these shadows. I don't really see that as much, so I really hope that you found those sunlight swatches, but I did want to include some live swatches right here, so let's hop into those. So first I want to start with the shade Low. This is a beautiful soft lemony yellow in the pan. It has a very strong yellowy reflect. It is absolutely gorgeous. I have it on my inner corners today. I don't really see any shifts within this shadow. I just feel like it's a really pretty strong, like, yellow lemony gold shade. Next up we have the shade Sunshine, and this is actually what I have all of my lids today. It's this beautiful kind of fiery peachy shade. It's definitely a peach, but it has this beautiful kind of golden shift to it. This one on my lids absolutely beautifully. I feel like this is like the perfect shade for summer. I want to do some more curated singles palettes for summer. I have a couple of different ideas floating around in my head, so I'll probably stagger them throughout the summer, but I definitely want to include this shade in some of them. It is just beautiful. Next shade up is the shade Starry Eyes, and I feel like this one is the only one that I feel like has a true shift in it. This one has a beautiful pink base with a bit of a green shift. I feel like on my finger I can't see it a whole lot, but I did notice it when I did have the shadow in direct sunlight, and I can kind of see it like when it's swatched out on my arm. I'm gonna have to play with that one and apply it over glitter glue and see if that really brings out the green glimmers throughout it. I feel like maybe you can kind of see it a little bit on camera in the reflect. It has a really, really beautiful green reflect. Next up we have Aurora, which has a pink base with a very strong gold shift. Here's that shade swatched. I don't feel like this shade is really anything special. There are definitely lots of these out on the market. I would have almost rather them included like a different shade in this bundle. I think it's pretty, but it's not that unique. And I feel like Terra Moons does a really great job of curating some really beautiful, unique eyeshadows. Next up, we have the shade Wavelength. This one, I feel like on Terra Moons Instagram, on their swatch there, I feel like it has the slightest pink shift. And I can see that very, very slightly. I feel like it's not as pronounced in the arm swatch. We'll have to look at the like direct sunlight swatches to see if it appears more on that one. Oh, my swatches are getting crooked, I'm sorry. But it is a very beautiful, very high intensity, shiny metallic purple. Next up, we have the shade Little Dipper. I would describe this shade as a sky blue with a gold shift. It's absolutely beautiful. I feel like I see a lot of teals with a very strong gold shift in them, but none this light a blue. This shade and that pink shade with the gold shift really remind me of some of the shades in the Glaminatrix Easter bundle. I forgot what it was called, but they had basically like some lighter toned pastel metallic shadows with a gold shift throughout that collection, and I think these are very, very beautiful, and I feel like they could be pretty comparable. Okay, and then the last shade, and the one that I was probably the most excited about, is the shade Callisto. This one I got in, and I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I was a little bit like, this does not look like how I was expecting it to look based on the swatch. So I'm gonna insert the swatch right here for you guys that's on their Instagram. I feel like the green in that swatch has a little bit more blue, a little bit more teal to it, and of course, it could just be my lighting. But here's what that shade looks like swatched out on the finger. I don't think it's like too far off base, but I was just expecting something a little bit more blue. But I do feel like when I swatch it out on my arm, it looks more similar. So I scooched in a little bit so you guys could see these swatches a little bit better. And of course, as I said, I'm going to do those close-up swatches in direct sunlight so you guys can see those as well. I'm going to insert those on the screen side by side right here so you guys can kind of see how they differ in my studio lights versus direct sunlight. Oh my goodness, I just realized that I didn't give you guys any pricing information on this bundle. Okay, let's do that right now. So this bundle is currently on sale for pre-order for $83. I want to say that I didn't pay that much for this bundle. I want to say I paid $50 or $60. I wonder if that was just the original like pre-order price for the first round of pre-orders. I'll try to find my receipt for that and I'll let you guys know if I had to pay that much or if I didn't. But these shadows do retail for $13 a piece. I believe it's a little bit less expensive than their iridescent multi-chromes, but still on the more expensive end for indie single eyeshadows. These took about a month to get to me, but that was in line with the timeline that Terra Moons provided when they said that they were doing pre-orders, and I like seriously applaud them because I know a lot of small businesses, a lot of indie brands are really struggling to kind of keep up with the timelines that they've sent forth for their customers with everything going on with the pandemic and not being able to get supplies or not having people to work. So I really applaud them for that. So really quickly before I hop into the demo, I want to compare the pastel chameleons to some of the iridescent chameleons that I have. So I thought I had all the iridescent chameleons, but it turns out I don't think I do. I don't think they had some of them listed when I placed my order, and they shared some swatches of them a few days ago, and I was like, oh, I think I need to get those. But I did want to share some quick comparisons with the shades that I did have. So the first comparisons that I wanted to do were with Space Baby and Little Dipper. I really don't feel like these are really anything alike. Space Baby is obviously much lighter in tone and a little bit more sheer, and it has like a purple shift, while Little Dipper, it has a much stronger blue base and a golden shift. So very quickly, I wanted to compare Little Dipper with the shade Light Year. These ones I feel like are much more similar. We have Light Year over here and Little Dipper over here. Light Year has the strongest base out of the iridescent chameleons that I have. They both have a very strong kind of yellowy gold reflect. But the base on Little Dipper is obviously much deeper and much more intense. There are those two swatched out side by side together. So they are pretty similar, but you can tell when I turn my hand that the bases are just different. So next up, I want to compare Saturn's Rings with Sunshine as well as Low. I just don't have enough fingers to hold all those up. So here those three shades are swatched out on my fingers. This is Low, this is Saturn Rings, and this is Sunshine. I feel like Sunshine is really not similar at all. I thought Low and Saturn Rings would be more similar because they both have a very strong yellow reflect. I'm going to swatch them on the back of my hand really quick. Saturn's Rings definitely has a little bit more of a green reflect in there, and I feel like I'm seeing a peach reflect in my viewfinder. Let me swatch Sunshine under it just to see. Okay, maybe it's just peachy compared to the yellowness of Low, but those are not quite as similar as I thought they would be. And then lastly, I want to compare Lunar Spectrum with the two pink shades. Lunar Spectrum is truly my favorite iridescent chameleon. If you guys are only going to buy one from them, I would buy that one. It's so multifaceted and beautiful. I feel like I see pink when I put it on my inner corners, but it is such a beautiful, beautiful shade. Okay, so these are really not similar at all, but I don't like to waste good shadow, so we're gonna do a little swatch. Yeah, see that beautiful pink reflect? I feel like, no, that it's not really similar at all. I was gonna say I feel like it's a little bit similar, but it's really not. So let's hop into the quick little demo that I did using these shadows, and then we'll finish off this video. Alright guys, so I've already laid the base work for a lot of this look, mostly using my Dream Street palette from ColourPop and Kathleen Lights, as in a little teeny tiny bit of my pastel pop palette from Wannabe Cosmetics. And I think I want to go peach on the lid, maybe peachy gold, so I can show off some more shades. So the two shades included in the bundle that fit that description are Low right here and Sunshine. I was originally just planning on going in with Sunshine, but I am doing a first impression, so I should probably try to go in with Low as well. There are those two swatched on the back of my hand. I don't know, I feel like Sunshine, or I feel like Low is just a little bit of a weird tone for this look. I'm just going to take a little bit of NYX glitter glue with a ColourPop shader brush, and I'm going to start to carve out my lid. I'm kind of doing a cut crease without any concealer because I'm feeling a little bit lazy today, I'm not going to lie you guys. And then with that brush with the glitter glue on it, I'm going to go directly into Sunshine and pat it right over top. Wow, that went on really pigmentedly. So there is that shade on my lid. I feel like this one doesn't really have any shifts to it. It's just kind of like an orangey yellowy shade. And I feel like I can see that coming through on my lid pretty darn clearly. So I'm going to finish my eyes really quick, finish the rest of my face, and then we'll hop back on camera to pop some more shades on the lower lash line. Alright guys, so the rest of my face is done, so I want to start with my lower lash line, and I want to start by taking the shade Little Dipper and placing it on the inner portion of my lower lash line. And I'm just doing so with a little angled brush from Looksy, and placing this over Water Bear from ColourPop Dream Street. Wow, that's bringing out a lot of like golden green flecks, way more than I thought it would. I'm not taking this all the way across my lower lash line, just to about right here. Wow. That's way more golden than I thought it would be. So I'm just going to wipe this little brush off on my color switch really quick. And then I'm actually going to pop the shade Low in my very inner corner, just so we can kind of see how this one performs. That went on really full pigmented. It's very metallic. I'm using these shadows completely dry without a glitter glue base this time. Alright guys, here is the look without any mascara on or anything. I'm going to hop off camera, throw on some mascara and a lip, and then we'll finish off this video. Alright you guys, so that's actually going to wrap up this video. Overall, my first impression of these shadows is pretty positive. As I said, I feel like I need to test these out just a little bit more before I can really give you my full thoughts on them and whether or not I think they're worth the high dollar price tag. They're not really in line with the shiftiness of the iridescent chameleon shadows in my opinion personally, but I haven't tested them out a whole lot yet, so I'll be sure to do that. Let me know down below if you guys want to see a dedicated review on these shadows, or I know this isn't all of them. I have some of them in another palette right now, or if you'd rather just me throw these in a speed review style video. I do have one of those coming up in the next couple of weeks. I did a haul a couple weeks ago. I can link it down below if you guys haven't seen it yet, but I'm planning on doing a speed review on those shadows, so if you want to see a speed review on these shadows in that video, I'm happy to do it. But if you want something more in depth with like a 3 looks using this bundle, I'm also happy to do that. So just let me know down below. Leave me a comment down below today as well, letting me know if you are on the multi-chrome train. I feel like multi-chromes have become such a trend so quickly, and I want to know if you guys are on board. I absolutely love it. I feel like I have so much eyeshadow that something needs to be really special to really wow me and really bring me in, and multi-chromes do that for me. And I love seeing so many different indie brands pop up with all their little different formulation tweaks on multi-chromes, but I would love to know how you guys feel about multi-chromes in the comments below. I'm gonna stop babbling on today. I hope to see you guys in my next video. I have been uploading 5 days a week lately, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm not really sure how much longer that's going to last because I am starting a summer class as well as an internship very soon, so hopefully I can keep it up over the summer. But for now, I'm going to stop blabbering on. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye! Oh my god, 17 minutes. Shart. I don't want to do that. Today, I don't even have the product in my hand.